Hey there, my name's Sera and I'm going to be sharing with you a review of this iPad Air 3rd generation case. I was looking all over Amazon trying to find something and looking through all the reviews and nothing quite met my expectations. I think it was a lot harder to find something cute and functional because of the iPad Air 4 that had recently come out when I purchased this. I also got an Apple Pencil, so I was looking for a case that had a spot for the Apple Pencil as well as the lightning adapter because it's so small and it was just kind of clunking around in my top desk drawer. You can get the pencil out here more easily, just kind of poking it out, but I find that the flap has to be under for you to be able to access it. If it were kind of flat like this, it's kind of hard to poke the pencil out. That way I can easily get the lightning adapter back out. It did show that you can put the cap in the top spot here above the lightning adapter. I'm actually not going to put it in. I did test it out, but it was really hard to get it back out, so I wouldn't suggest doing that. I think you can easily, if you are on the go, kind of just pop it in. Oops. Very small, easy to lose, which is why I wanted spots for everything. If you really had to and you were on the go, I think you could safely kind of just pop it in the pencil part there. I like the fact that the iPad Air 3 was really easy to put into the case itself. It's not a very hard plastic, it is bendable, which is really helpful when you're just trying to get your nice iPad into a case. You don't want to be afraid that you're going to mark it up. I don't see myself taking the iPad out of the case too often, but if I did, I wouldn't be worried about it being scratched or it being scratched while it's in the case. I don't feel like it's very cheap. It wasn't expensive, but doesn't feel cheap, which is what we all kind of want. And it does have the sleep wake function, so when you close it, it magnetizes and puts it to sleep so you don't have to press the button at the top. All of the cameras and ports have openings that aren't off-center. They're right where they're supposed to be. Nothing is covered that's not supposed to be covered. And I was a little worried about how the power button and the volume buttons would be, but they're right on the spots where they're supposed to be, and it just feels like I'm pressing the button as normal. It's not too hard or thick. I feel like it's still very functional and it's also protective. I've had it for just over a couple weeks now, so I don't have a true wear and tear test, but nothing has gone wrong so far. So of course that is a very good sign. And I'm mostly using this iPad for drawing. So I was also paying attention to how much of a lip this had and whether it would bother my wrist if I was drawing a flat like this. And it's just enough to keep the iPad in place, but not too much. It was also important to me that it had some sort of support system, so the tri-fold works really well for me. I wanted to be able to draw with it lifted up a little bit so I wasn't as hunched, and I also use it to watch some videos on it like this, and the magnet seems to be holding up pretty well and can sustain the weight with my arm drawing on it like this, as well as when it's sitting up like this when I'm watching a video. I did try to fold it back the other way, so like this instead of like this, but this way doesn't hold the magnet as well. It just kind of falls back down. I think I saw some reviews where people were saying that the tri-fold didn't support the iPad, but maybe they were doing it the way that I tested out. I noticed in one of the photos there's a little spot here at the end where basically saying that you can stick your Apple Pencil in here and it will keep it there while you're not using it, and then you can easily pick it up again. I think that just kind of popping it lightly in here or all the way into the pencil spot is more secure. This kind of made me feel nervous. It was kind of like angled and flailing around, so I wouldn't suggest using it that way, but I mean, it kind of worked. works if that's something you're looking for. When you are doing the trifold, actually, when I was testing it out, the reason I did that was because I didn't want to get any dust or particles on this while I was using the trifold, and then I close it back down on my iPad, but unfortunately that doesn't work. I just try to make sure that there isn't too much debris on it when I do close it. It does have everything that I was looking for, especially if you have an Apple Pencil. I think this is a great option. I think it comes in a couple other colors, so not only the light blue, but I think there might be a yellow, a pink, and a black. You can take a look at those options if that's more your style, and it doesn't add too much weight. It does add a little bit. It is a little bit heavier, but it's not extremely heavy for me. I can, of course, still pick it up. I'm very happy to finally have a case for my iPad. It was making me nervous not having that. Even though I just use it pretty much at home, I always want to have a case just in case. I did want to mention that in my research there were a lot of cases that were meant for one of the iPad Pros that would also work for the iPad Air 3rd generation because it was the 10.5 inches. But just to be sure, I wanted to go for a case that was strictly for the iPad Air 3, just in case there were any slight variations. I wanted to make sure that it would fit. If you also have an iPad Air 3 and are wanting to make sure that the case fits it exactly and doesn't work for both, because I feel like there might be some variations, then again, this would be a great option, I think. I will have the Gudu iPad Air 3rd generation case linked below where you can purchase it if you're interested. I did an unboxing of my iPad Air 3rd generation and the Pencil 1st generation, so if you want to see how that went, all the troubleshooting I had, and if you have any questions specific to that, I'll have it linked in the cards and below, and you can watch that later. Please let me know if you have any questions or anything that you need clarified about the case, and I'll try my best to answer them. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and make sure to hit the bell icon so you can be notified as soon as I upload. It really helps my channel out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!